Man. I'm sad it's over. Yeah, it literally was just Wizard of Oz at the end of the day. We even got the 4 friends from the 4 random parts of the world. We guess 5 friends in this one. And they all found out that the ability that they had was within them the whole time. It kind of literally is Wizard of Oz, actually. I guess Pyrrha's the wizard. Man. Just straight up one of the best video games ever made, huh? Like, goddamn. And I know there was a shit ton of stuff I missed and didn't see. Like I said, anytime I look at anyone else's stream, I was always like, what? There's more batteries. There's like some health thing I never got. There's like all sorts of shit. A shit ton of equipment I never found. I mean, I'm not gonna stop playing the game. I'll come back and obviously do other stuff. But wow, just... I still can't get over the people who are like, it's just glorified DLC. So they clearly just did not play the game. But yeah, so not only did they expand upon everything from Breath of the Wild, they made everything more intricate, more complicated in like good ways. Level design's better. The abilities don't just break the game like they did in the first game, but they're still really powerful and useful. They brought back a lot of classic like Zelda-isms, as we've called it. Both from enemy variety, like less humanoid enemies and like monsters and bosses and all sorts of stuff. Things to discover. Actual legit surprises, both within the plot and like the world itself. Like, no one expected the chasm. No one was expecting, even the 5th temple. No one was expecting that. They did a good job of just adding more story into the game itself. While Breath of the Wild was more like, this all happened while you were asleep. This is like, this is what is happening. I mean, even though ironically it is about time travel, there was a better sense of urgency in this. The world felt more lived in. The side quests and side adventures were infinitely better than they were in Breath of the Wild, where majority of them are just like, give me 10 fish or some bullshit. Even saving people from enemies was better. The construct stuff was really cool. I like how it didn't overpower the game, but it still allowed you to use it if you wanted. The shrines were a million times better with more variety. The environments were more interesting. They didn't make the equipment easy to get, so you actually had to like work and use your items. The motivations for all the like stages and stuff were better this time around. Like they weren't so one note. Yeah, they're still kind of one note, but there's a bit more fleshed out to it. They didn't just like one-to-one everything. Like just because you know Breath of the Wild doesn't mean you're gonna know this game, and that's really nice. I compared it to like Majora's Mask: Ocarina of Time, where like they're built upon the same engine of the same game, but like they do so much quality of life changes, level design differences, all this stuff that like they're just, I mean, they are literally different games, but like they exist as their own thing. And I feel the way with this compared to Breath of the Wild. Like I feel like you can play both games. Although I do feel like this kind of just overshadows Breath of the Wild in every way. Like if that was like a blueprint for what they wanted to do, this is like the fleshed out, fully realized idea. Yeah, and I said it before, the fact that I put in basically like 80 hours in like 3 weeks or whatever, and I don't really do that with video games. Usually around like hour 30 or 40, if I do that, like I get kind of the fact that I still want to keep going and still keep playing stuff is a huge testament. Obviously a huge Zelda fan and all that kind of stuff, but so I guess there's like some of that bias, you know what I mean, obviously. The boss fights were better, just overall. Way more fights as well, and different types of fights. I like how there was different types of secrets. I like how the lore was more interesting this time. Like it was less one note. Like there were things to discover about the Zonai and like Zelda and her relationship with everything. And the founding of Hyrule. They did a good job of nerfing the side abilities, you know, like the sage abilities or whatever. But without making them like useless. And without making them the exact same either. Although they ultimately were just kind of the same thing at the end of the day. Like the lightning bolt thing was kind of the same thing and the defense was kind of the same thing. But they did a good job of not making it feel like, wow, it's just the same thing but worse. They used their verticality a lot better in this game. Both in regards to, like I said, layering the map, the 3-layer stuff, but also just like with dungeons in general and all that. That's probably because of the ascend ability. It really lended itself well to like doing things in the game. Like allowing you to go up and do like interact with the environment in different ways than you normally would. I liked the, like I said, this is one of those rare games. It's just a 10 out of 10. Like honestly, there's probably stuff I could nitpick that you know what I mean. But and like no game is actually perfect. You know what I mean. I loved how they had so much more new music this time around. Just yeah, it was just a better, more full out game with better shit. Something that they can do better, and I wonder what the possibility will come first. What do you think they can do better? I'm curious. This was literally like a Zelda game. It wasn't like, oh, it'd be cool if they like. It's like, oh, just pretend it's a Zelda game. No, like this was a Zelda game. I feel like a lot of people's complaints would usually just be like pedantic shit, like, oh, I wish it had the hook shot or something. Yeah, that's the one thing I ended up getting spoiled on is how many Koroks there are. But sounds like happy. The song! Man, we're just dropping all the frames right now. Da-na-na. This entire stream has been cursed. The entirety of this playthrough. Like I said, it's no different now. Not sure what I did. And it sucks because the internet was totally fine the last few days. I don't know why it's suddenly just shitting the bed now. Here we got Nintendo SDK, Nerd, Monolith Soft, SRD, Face Music, Sound Racer, Zero Wave, Arts Vision, Chem Production, Sound and Studio, Anima, Animation Cafe, Astro Production, Blackbeard Design, CES, CCGG, Chair Bands, Creek and River, Digital Frontier, Half Logic, Amica Digital Scape, Bahoma, ImageScape, Immense Knack, Neuron, Nintendo Pictures, Polycraft, Polygon Magic, Qchan, Quicklack, Twilight Riders, Rockalo, Seven Dreams, Shiguru Me, Smile Studio, Thoris, 2011, Typhoon Graphics, Wild Jack, Mario Club, Digital Hearts Side, Localsoft, PDW, and all these divisions. Plus 48, Windows Santa Monica, MTC Audio, and Keyword. Bro, that's how many studios made this game. That's insane. Miyamoto! What do you think he did this time? Well, the way I see it is that, like, if this is like their Link to the Past and Breath of the Wild was their Zelda 1, the next game should in theory be the Ocarina of Time, right? Or maybe it'll be Link's Awakening, you know? Not in a literal sense, but just in the impact, right? That was Miyamoto's only note. Just walks in. Make her 20% hotter. Nope. 23%. Now, lolly shit's out, man. You know what's in? Nerds. Yes, Miyamoto, sir. Yes, sir.